Fall, hundreds of West Michigan students are going to get the chance to build living ecosystems, design alternative energy cars, and even launch their own products at a student-run makers fair. It's all part of these free science and engineering programs called VAI's after-school cohorts. There's a lot of programs going on, and John Oosterman, he's a learning specialist at VAI at the Andel Institute for Education, here to tell us more. Hey, John.
Hey, good
welcome
morning.
back.
Thank you.
So these after-school cohorts and these types of programs, they've been running a while.
Yeah, we've been going on for a long time. Yep.
One brand new one, which is, let's start with what's new.
Yeah, for sure. This year we're offering one called Design for Good.
Okay.
It's for 7th through 9th grade students, and it's all focused around this idea of students making, inventing, designing new things using 3D printers.
Okay, but for good.
For good, yeah, that's the key component there, right? We're trying to design something that's not just, you know, a little trinket or something, but something that can do good in our community. Maybe it's raising money, maybe it's, you know, like these planters, just bringing a little bit of life into your day, right? Something that looks nice, fits your theme, right?
Yeah,
does some good.
Something that actually has a purpose.
Exactly.
Beyond just, you know, sitting on a shelf somewhere.
You got it.
So let's back up a little bit and talk about all the programs and who they're for. That one's for 7 to 9. Most of them are that way.
Yeah. Actually, the other two, we've got Ecosystem Explorers this fall. That's going to be for 4th and 5th graders.
You're going 4th and 5th graders.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the other one, Energy Innovators, is going to be for 6th and 7th graders.
So three separate.
Yes.
For three different age groups, three different. Okay, and this is all happening at the same times?
Yep. These are all happening at the Mondays and Wednesdays, or Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Depending on what you sign up for.
Depending on what you sign up for.
On your grade. Got
4
it.
to 6 p.m.
You brought one of these. There's a big reason. You said it well. There's a reason people use 3D printers.
Yes.
Because these 3D pens can be a real challenge, right?
Yeah. These have the ability to make something cool, but we love to, you know, not just have the kids design, but teach them how these products work. So what is the 3D printing doing? How does that work on the inside? And this is a fun tool to use, but it demonstrates really well why we leave some of that up to the computers.
To the computers. I love what you just said, because a lot of times you'll go to something like this and the kids will learn a skill. They'll learn a task. They'll learn how to use a 3D printer. Yeah. You're teaching them how the 3D printer works.
Yeah, we're going to try and teach them how the 3D printer works. We're going to try and teach them some designs of 3D modeling. How do you think through the constraints of a 3D printer and actually translate that into a viable design?
Love it. Now, I kind of left the other two out. So
no, that's okay. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll let you touch on those as well.
Yeah, so Energy Innovator, 6th, 7th grade, we're focusing all on efficiency, conservation, alternative energy sources, right? So I've got this fun little demo here.
What is this?
These are hand generators, and, you know, they tell you...
Wait a second. That's got leads on it, like an actual... Are you telling me that if... Oh, there's a light to it, too.
There's a light there.
Okay,
this one has a light. Can you tell the difference between those two lights?
One's bigger than the, hold on a second. We're not getting this on camera here. I got to get this on camera because we got this going.
Yep.
Right?
And then there's one right.
And then we got this going. Can I tell what one's bigger?
Yeah. Okay. One's bigger.
Okay.
One of them is an LED light. One of them is an old school light.
Old school.
Right.
Yeah.
And you've been
the
told,
filament
right?
Light, right?
Exactly. You've been told one's better than the other.
Uh-huh.
And they can show you numbers and stuff, but what if you could experience that, right? So if you crank that, there you go. Beautiful light. All right. Now take that one. Be gentle with this one, and tell me if you can sense the difference here. All right, just nice and slow with that. Oh, other way around. Other way. Yeah, there you go.
It's much brighter, the light.
It's brighter, and how does the force...
I'm hardly having to do anything to get this thing to light up.
Yeah, exactly, right? So now you've just experienced the efficiency of this light bulb versus that one.
You had to crank a little bit harder for that one.
You had to crank harder for that one, right?
So hands-on stuff.
Exactly.
It's a great example of what some of the students are going to be doing in that.
Exactly.
All right, and what's the other one? I left the third one out there.
Yeah, the Ecosystem Explorers.
Thank you.
So we're thinking all about how ecosystems can impact human health, right? Okay. So how does what we do in the environment, how does that translate to us and how we thrive and survive, right? Okay. So I brought some succulents today. In this program, students might design gardens that are using native plants that can be really great for our ecosystems, our environment around, teach families something about how to maybe garden at home.
Every time you're here, John, I think you're the best class around. If you haven't signed up, you got people signed up for this.
We got people signed up. There's still time.
Yep.
It's going to start in September, about September 9 for 2 of those programs, September 16 for the Design for Good. Okay. And then it's going to run through December.
Absolutely. And they're free.
And they're free.
I cannot believe it. Parents paying attention, you got to get your kids in on this. The Van Andel Institute is doing it once again. The VAI for education from 4 to 6, you got those free cohorts where they all get together and learn some amazing stuff. From September all the way to December, you can go to vaieducation.org to get more info. We'll be right back.